Speaking of Ireland, I'm delighted to welcome our guest tonight. The sitcom Black Books made him a household name, and movies like Notting Hill and Shaun of the Dead made him a superstar. But one thing he's always been is one of Ireland's funniest stand-up comedians. Would you please welcome the one and only Dylan Moran? Welcome. Good to see you. How are you?
Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, I wanted to ask you about something in the news quickly. Joe Biden just visited Ireland.
Yeah.
And he got an incredible welcome. Just have a look at this.
Joe Biden.
Huge event. I've got to ask, how Irish is Joe Biden?
What do you mean, objectively, just to look at the guy?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose.
Well, he looks kind of confused and slightly lost, so yeah. Pretty Irish looking.
It's funny, though, because Americans love to claim Irish heritage.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at the genuine response that he got just by showing up?
No, I'm not a bit surprised. The Irish will have anybody. And they will. They love it. If somebody turns up and says, you know, my great-great-grandmother was here once for a quick stop for a pee on her way to somewhere else, they're delighted.
Now, you are in Australia touring the show We Got This.
Yeah.
Do we? Because just in my experience the last few years, I'm not sure we do got this.
Well, we got something. I don't know what it is. I didn't say what it is. I just said we have it.
And so what do you go into in the show? What are you talking about, us, the we, and what we have?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Well, a bit. Life, the whole thing, you know, what we're doing, no idea. We don't, though, do we?
Because some of the show, I believe you touch a little bit on life in lockdown through COVID and things like that. How was that for you? Was that, you know, a chance for you to truly shine or an existential crisis?
I hated it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I presume most people did. I mean, anybody who sort of had a great time in lockdown presumably was having a terrible time up till then.
Now, you grew up in a town called Navan.
Yep.
What should we know about Navan?
It's an excellent place to leave. As a launch point for the world, it's good. I had plenty of motivation as a teenager. You know, it's a small town. When you grow up in a small town, you want to get out.
Because the only two things I know about Navan are that Brosnan is also from Navan.
Yeah.
And that the Beaufort scale for measuring wind at sea
That's right.
was invented in Navan, which is a landlocked town.
Yeah, Mr. Beaufort discovered wind, and then Pierce Brosnan. I mean, they're pretty much inevitable. The one thing led to the other.
They're not really. You think they're connected?
Yeah,
Definitely.
clearly, if you look, you'll see the links.
Now, I also wanted to ask, as a kid, were you a good kid?
Yeah, I think I was. I didn't get in any major trouble, you know, if that's what a good kid is. I wasn't an altar boy or anything. I didn't win any prizes. I remember flicking my fingers at the cops once as they drove past.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't really think it through because I was hanging out with my friends. We were all on our bikes, and then so they just drove around and said, "What are you doing that for?" And then I cycled away on my bike. I didn't think about that either. They were in a car. Put it together, and then they talked to me as I was making my getaway. So that didn't work out either.
Because you and I grew up in a time before the internet.
Yes.
Do you think it's made the world worse, the internet, or better?
I think it's made it worse, but that's only because I remember the other time. So obviously whatever happened before the time you're in was better.
So if you had a chance, you would turn it off?
If I had a chance, I would turn the internet off and not tell anybody where I'd put it. I don't think life is better with it. You can find things better. I mean, you know, if that's what you're into, looking for stuff.
Searching?
Yeah.
Some finding.
We're always searching, but now we have the illusion that we're finding it.
Over the years, I've read quite a bit about you in the papers about your sobriety, times that you're on the wagon and off the wagon. Do you ever feel like people are disappointed when you're sober?
Yeah, you can disappoint everybody, really, one with doing one or the other. Yeah, for sure. It's funny for even to be discussed. I think it's probably because I mentioned it on stage, you know? And
now I feel almost guilty bringing it up, but do you think that talking about it makes it harder to not drink, once everyone knows that you're not?
I don't know. I'm on heroin, so I would not pay attention.
Dylan's show, We Got This, is touring the country until the end of May. Would you please thank the wonderful Dylan Moran? Thank you very much.